Is the housing market headed for a crash like in 2008? Headlines may have you concerned, but the reality is very different. In this video, we'll dive into the facts and show you why experts are confident that a crash is not on the horizon. Hello, I'm Frank Kenny with Living in Los Angeles South Bay. Today we're going to talk about 3 graphs that show how today's inventory and market differs from 2008. But before we do that, please like and subscribe so you're guaranteed to receive all of our helpful videos. One of the biggest reasons experts are not worried about a crash is because the housing supply today is vastly different from what it was in 2008. For the market to crash, there would need to be an oversupply of homes for sale. But right now, we have the opposite problem. There's an undersupply and a strong lack of inventory. This is keeping prices strong. Let's break it down. The housing supply comes from 3 main sources. Number 1 is existing homes. That is, homes that homeowners are deciding to sell. Number 2 is new construction or newly built homes. And number 3, these are distressed properties. They're foreclosures, short sales, or fixers. When you look at these 3 sources, it's clear that the current market is not oversaturated like it was during the last crash in 2008. While the supply of existing homes is up compared to last year, it's still very low overall. Nationally, the current month's supply of homes is well below the norm and much lower than what we saw in 2008. In fact, the number of homes for sale is over 30% lower than before the pandemic. See the video I did discussing the inventory shortage. For context, during the housing crash of 2008, there was an abundance of homes for sale, nearly 3 times more than what we have today. This limited supply means there aren't enough homes available to cause prices to drop significantly. Another concern people have is whether home builders are overbuilding, which could lead to an oversupply of new homes. But the data shows that is definitely not the case. Builders have been cautious since the last crash, and rather than overbuilding, they're actually playing catch-up. A recent article from Bankrate explains builders remember the Great Recession all too well, and they've been cautious about their pace of construction. The result is an ongoing shortage of homes for sale. So there's no sign of an oversupply coming from new construction. Lastly, let's talk about distressed properties, like foreclosures. During the 2008 crash, a wave of foreclosures flooded the market due to banking fraud, leading to a significant drop in home prices. But today, lending standards are much tighter and buyers are more qualified. As a result, the number of foreclosures is much lower than it was during the crash. While you might see headlines about foreclosure volume ticking up, remember that's only compared to recent years when foreclosures were at historic lows. We're still below the normal level of foreclosures that we'd seen in a typical year, and there are no signs that there are lots of foreclosures coming. So what does all of this mean for you as a buyer or a seller? It means that inventory levels aren't anywhere near where they need to be for prices to drop significantly, and there's no sign of a housing market crash on the horizon at all. As Forbes explains, the likelihood of a housing market crash, a rapid drop in unsustainably high home prices due to waning demand, remains low for 2024 and the foreseeable future. And Lawrence Yun, chief economist at the National Association of Realtors, adds, "We will not have a repeat of the 2008 to 2012 housing market crash." What's the bottom line? Well, the bottom line is that the market today is much more stable and the risk of a crash is very low. The housing market doesn't have enough available homes for a repeat of the 2008 crisis. The data and expert opinions all point to a stable market with no crash on the horizon. If you're thinking about buying or selling, now's a great time. Do you want to learn more about what's happening in your local market? Whether you are selling or buying, connect with us today to get expert insights and guidance on your next steps. We will help you set up a plan of action for your real estate success. Please like and subscribe so you are guaranteed to get all of our current helpful videos. And please feel free to share these useful videos with your family and friends. This is Frank Kenny with Living in Los Angeles South Bay, and I'll see you on the next video.